The mic is hot. The stories are real. Welcome to Dallas On Air.
Just tuning in to Funky Disposition, where menopause meets the mood swings. Real talk and good vibes. Hope, hot flashes, cold truths, it's a funky ride. Let's talk menopause and take it all in stride.
Hello, this is Trina Stoker with Funky Disposition, Menopause Moods, and today we are talking about one of its moods. One of its moods is we're talking about night sweats. Oh my gosh, night sweats can be just horrible, just horrible. Sometimes you can wake up in a funk, and sometimes you can wake up just your whole bed wet. Your partner might be wet from you sweating. It just goes on and on. But first and foremost, what I like to do, I like to thank God for giving me this idea and for creating this and for just letting me be able to get this out here to you all. Women, men, post-menopause, perimenopause, regular menopause, andropause. Andropause is the men form of menopause. And I'm just happy to be able to bring this to educate someone. As always, consult your physician. We are not physicians. We are just here to just give our point of view and to let you know about our experience, what helped, what didn't help, and so forth. Today, I have my guest. Her name is Zanetta, and we're going to call her Z for short. And she's going to talk about her experience with night sweats, and we're just going to go from there. So menopause is like, sheesh. So, girl.
Yes. Hello, hello.
How you doing? Tell us about yourself. Tell us just a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Zanetta. I know you didn't know that. They call me Z. I'm married for almost 32 years. Bless his heart, right? And I've got 2 kids. And just having the time of my life post-menopause, but there's still a night sweat or two in my life.
Oh, gosh, that's horrible. So, just tell me, when did your menopause start?
In my late 50s. Actually, that's a lie. In my early 50s, late 40s, because I was having a bunch of girly problems.
Oh, wow.
And they started giving me a bunch of, birth control pills and hormones to kind of push back all of the symptoms of, I guess, menopause. And shortly after they did something, I started to have glorious little night sweats.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you did get warning before that destruction came?
No.
Oh, no, just wham.
It just happened.
Oh,
I don't know if it was the lack of hormones at the time because of the transition from medium old to real old. And because you hear people talk about menopause and all the things that they go through. Well, I never had any of that. It's like I went from, hi, how you doing? Then I started having heavy cycles, and then it was just, I'm not going to say it was over, but it was kind of over because of the medications and procedures that they went through because I had such heavy bleeding.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And with that, came one night, about 3 o'clock, I woke up because I don't know what I thought, because sweat was dripping off my body as I was sleeping.
Oh, wow.
And I was having my first night sweat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'd just like to ask you, when did you experience your first night sweat? So, wow.
That was probably like 52, 53.
No.
Yeah. It was It was a
okay.
moment. It was a moment.
So how would you describe the frequency and the intensity of your night sweats?
The frequency is whenever it happens. As strange as that sounds, it's whenever it happens. You know, there are people, like I have other cousins and things, they have like hot flashes. So you never know when a hot flash is coming, it just happens. Night sweats are the exact same way. I don't think I have ever had like a notification or, something to let me know that it was going to happen other than the fact that I woke up because water was dripping or I just became extremely, extremely warm and had to, take the covers off.
Oh Lord, y'all hear that? Oh my gosh! So it can just come at any point in time. There is no warning. Just you're just gonna end up just wet in the bed.
Pretty
So,
much.
ooh,
Pretty much.
Man. So did they come with other symptoms like anxiety, insomnia?
No.
Just
See, and that's the strange thing because it's like after numerous times of going back and forth to my OBGYN, it's like, I go, well, what can you tell me? What can you do? Because, I kind of started to freak out there. And
Yes.
she's like, this is your own individual journey. I go, well, thank you. So, it's your own individual journey.
Yeah.
And everything that will happen, there will be things that will happen to other people that are similar to yours, but due to the fact, of your hormones, your makeup, the fact that I love cake, which is not my friend, but it is my friend. And, we're talking diet, everything is entailed into that. So that's why it's an individual's journey. So the things that I may have or may go through, others will not. But it's different. It's different. It really is. And, there's no prelude. It just happens.
So how would you say that it affects your sleep quality and your daily routine? Does it affect it at all, or besides I know you waking up wet and everything and sweaty, do you get back to sleep after you have to change, or it's just like I'm up now?
Oh, no. No, not me. No. It's like, it's kind of funny. There have been a couple of 2 to 3 times that I can count where the sweat was so bad. We're talking, I like literally almost, it looked like I wet the bed. And my dear husband, bless his sweetheart, I said, get up, I got to change the sheets. And he flipped his hand over. He goes, did you wet the bed? Well, yes, but not like that. So
Time for some depends.
it would have been a whole body depends,
Oh, my gosh.
You get up, change the sheets, take a shower, get back in bed, and go back to sleep. Maybe I'm up, with maybe an hour or so, taking sheets, doing this, showering, getting back in bed, and then go to sleep, wake up in the morning, nothing happened. Just other than the fact I know that 3:30, 2:30, I woke up and, someone thought I went in the bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you would have to need to get a bassinet to sit on the side of you so you can sleep in your own little set of bed or whatever, because he just got to just deal with it. So what would you say to the men out there, men that's dating women that's going through menopause, men that is married to women going through menopause, and they are dealing with night sweats, and they have to wake up beside somebody that is just
Wet.
wet?
Just be kind, be gentle. I guess make a joke like, did you wet the bed? It all depends on the relationship, you know.
Yeah.
In most cases, they're going to probably make a joke about it,
Okay.
and it depending upon the individual, they may take it personally, but my husband, bless his sweetheart, he says all kinds of funny things, so I never take it personally. So if they can just be supportive, I know it sounds crazy. If they're supportive in everything else, they'll be supportive in that.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool, cool,
Yes.
very good. So, do you think that it can affect the relationship?
From my personal opinion, it shouldn't. It's just like a cycle. I mean, there's all sorts of phases that females go through, and they're there to hold your hands, birth and baby, cramping, what have you. So I mean, it's just another thing. Sometimes you can wake up, and after you've had the shower and changed the sheets, there might be some happy moments.
Oh, okay then. So, a little wet.
And then right after that, another shower. Life can be good.
Oh my gosh.
It's
So,
all in what you make.
yeah, true. So, have you noticed any specific triggers like food, stress, alcohol that will make the night sweats come on any sooner or?
For me, and that's the only person that I can speak of, because
Correct.
it is my journey and it's everyone else's individual journey. I've never been able to really pinpoint it to anything. At one point I was exercising a lot and eating healthier, cutting back on the cake.
Yes.
And I think that made a little bit of a difference, but during that time I was taking like the hormone therapies. So I guess with a combination of the both of those, things were better. But I really can't say that there is a trigger other than living and breathing.
Okay. So you all hear each time it's going to be different. Each person is different, what I meant to say. You don't know, just because she's going through what she's going through don't mean that you're going to go through the same way, or whatever your outcome is going to be is not going to be the same way. So just be encouraged to know that, hey, you'll be able to get through this. Are there any certain times of the year that is worse, certain time of the month that is worse, is there certain days, or that it's like, oh, it's going to be an extra hot flash or night sweat on a Monday, or is there, or it's just like, here I am, is summer worse, winter better, or what?
For me?
Yes, for you.
I think winter is worse.
Really?
And the reason I say winter is worse, and I there were certain things that you can find out about yourself and the journey.
Whoa.
I'm a kind of person, I'm always cold. I sleep in the winter in summer jammies because actually getting warm and then getting in the bed with the heat on under the covers really intensifies my night sweats. So all year long, regardless, I have all little bitty summer things, and I snuggle up there. And normally now I don't have those, but yeah, because it's like I was like, the flannel, the footed,
Yes.
no sir, no ma'am, no, that does not work. No.
That sucks, man.
So,
Oh my
but
gosh.
there are people who may be able to do it, but I personally, and I think flannel jammies, and all the different kinds with the, feet in, the hoodie.
Yes.
I think those are great. My daughter bought me a Fenty one that I can wear and be real cute, But as soon as we get time to go to sleep, oh no, we're putting on our summer gown.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No ma'am. But you got to put the house dress on to go to bed. No ma'am.
Oh no, it's not even a full house dress. See, I mean, we're talking the little skinny spaghetti straps.
Oh shoot.
There is nothing worse than to have the heat on, because it's like there are other people in the house, the husband, he wants to, have the heat on, and it's
Yes.
like, so he keeps the heat on, like usually it's like 68, 70 in the house, and he's complaining because it's cold. And maybe it is cold during the day.
Ma'am, it's winter. Yes.
Maybe. But at nighttime, we're going to, 70, 72, 71 in the day. At nighttime, we're going to bring it down because I'll sweat. And, you know, in the event that I forget to take off those cute little flannel jammies, in which that never happens, because I know the repercussion of that, not the repercussion, but the prelude to that, no. And so it's, sometimes it's a little uncomfortable, but then it's snuggling. So, you know, there's always a good thing about it.
Man. So snuggling, you may be able to do it. You may not. You might get too hot from that.
You get hot snuggling, too.
Ooh, shoot.
His heat, my heat. Oh, yeah,
That's a lot of heat.
a lot of heat.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, there are different things that you can do to keep your body cool. They have like different cooling sheets. They have cooling pajamas. They have cooling bottoms. If you need to just keep your body cool from head to toe. There's pillowcases, mattresses, you name it. There are different things to keep you cool. There are different things to keep you cool and to be able to help you with these night sweats. So she is, man, she's in some shape.
I've had fun. I've had lots of fun. Trial and error all the way.
Oh my gosh. So what has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you?
Good question. The time that it was a lot more tolerable, things are relatively good now. I was actually taking hormone therapy, and I had to have like every 3 months I was getting the little pellets, you know, installed, put in, and there were no night sweats. I could sleep all night, and it was good. I personally never thought that I had maybe an attitude problem, but the people at the house, you know, with emotions or something, maybe they could, you know, vouch for that better. But the hormone therapy with drinking more water, because I'm really not a fan of water, and eating more green things, I think during that time it was much, much better. Mind you, that took place, probably like about 3 years that I was doing that, and I stopped doing it because it was so expensive because it wasn't covered by insurance. And once I stopped that, I was possibly old enough where it didn't flare up as much. And so, you know, today, maybe twice a week or so, 3 times a week.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it has decreased.
You can say that. I mean, that's the thing. There's not a set frequency. For me, there wasn't a set frequency. There was no trigger. I mean, because the thing is, it's like I kept, you know, what can I do to make sure that I don't have a night sweat?
Yeah.
So, you know, you take a shower. If you take a shower in, you know, warm water, once you finish your shower, you douse yourself with cold water.
Ooh.
That's winter, spring, summer, and fall. You know, and then there are times even after I did have, you know, my regular nightly shower and then use the cool water to bring the temperature down, I could still have one. So it's trial and error, and it's just a journey.
Wow.
You know, surprise.
Oh, wow.
Night sweat for you. You know, 2-3 nights may go by, nothing. Or nothing that is so disturbing or obvious.
Oh, I haven't got to that point yet. I hope not to get to that point.
I hope you don't either.
Y'all, if y'all at that point, I'm so sorry. But if you're not, I hope you don't get there, because it sounds like it's a booger bear.
It is a booger bear.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, I've never had a hot flash.
Wow.
I have never had a hot flash.
But you have night sweats.
But I have night sweats.
That's crazy.
As crazy as it can be.
Oh, my God.
You know, I see people who have talked to people. It's like they have night sweats. You know, sometimes I'm talking to my other cousin, and she's driving in, and she's like, "Oh." I'm like, "What are you doing? She goes, girl, I had to take my wig off. And she's driving down the street because she's having a hot flash, and she just took her wig off and threw it over in the seat. And I'm sitting there, and all I can say is like, Lord, thank you. Oh, thank you. Because, maybe I have to yank my wig off in the middle of the night. I don't know, since I don't remember. But yeah, so that is the only thing no.
Oh.
I have transitioned through menopause only with night sweats.
Dang, look here. Baby, look here. If y'all go out there and you trying to entertain your date or your husband or whatever, and you got that wig on, and then you start sweating at night, and you got to flip that thing off, you got to pop your top back. Look, I'm sorry, but it just comes with it, man. Sirs, please understand, if she has to take off her wig and everything else that comes with it, just understand that this is part of it. She has to cool her body down. She has to get herself back right. Please have some consideration and just understanding, please. So when before you started doing the HRT, did you try any like herbal medicines or anything like that?
I didn't do any herbal medicines. I did some teas. And that's basically during the time that I kind of changed the diet up. I wasn't really sure what herbal things would take place, what to actually use. But prior to that, my OBGYN says, okay, you know what? I'm 52, 53, and I was on birth control for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Because of the fluctuation of the hormones, because it is a hormone imbalance.
Yeah.
And so I was taking those birth control pills to try to balance life out so that I would not continuously bleed and sweat. That was it,
Yeah.
And then it's like, he's like, we've got to find something else because you're getting a little old, 57 and still on birth control. Yeah. And so that's when I think it was, we started with the hormone therapy. Then after that, we went and did a little ablation, because the cycles were so heavy. And so there have been some processes within there to try to alleviate it so that it would totally alleviate all the symptoms, in which the only symptom I ever had was night sweats, but yeah. And that still hasn't gone away, but everything else is okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So remind me again, your first time that you had your night sweats, were you alarmed? Were you embarrassed? What was your feelings?
I was confused.
Oh.
I was confused. I could not figure out how sweat was dripping off of me and I was sleeping. It's you're laying there and I sleep like this, and then you feel water dripping, and it's like, what do you say? What do you think? You are in your bed, asleep, and water is dripping. It's like, okay. Either there is a hole in the ceiling and it's raining, or I am sweating. And it's like, how can I be sweating enough to wake myself up? It was sheer confusion.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That was a moment.
Wow.
And that was almost 20 years ago, and I still remember the
shock of it all.
Because I'm laying there and it's dripping. I'm like, I literally just kind of sat up in the bed trying to figure out what was it. And then I do this and it's like, I'm wet. I'm wet.
Wow.
I am wet and sweat is dripping. It was total confusion.
Wow. So did you know that was the night sweat at that time? Or it's like, oh, I need to go to the doctor because something is going on. I'm leaking in my sleep.
Actually, I thought I've caught something and I have such a high temperature because I literally told him, it's like, I need a thermometer. I think I got something. And he's like, what? I go, I have a fever. I'm sweating. And that was not the case. I mean, I was like, okay, something's really wrong, because I had always equated menopause to hot flashes, moodiness.
Yes.
And for some reason, I had never really heard people saying that they had night sweats. So I wasn't, experiencing hot flashes. So what could it be? I personally never thought I was moody, So what could it be? But it was actually night sweats.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, I think y'all probably want to know if this probably affected her emotionally. So we want to know, did this affect you emotionally?
What do you mean emotionally?
How did you cope emotionally when your symptoms disrupted your rest?
I would say that I personally think there were no emotional upsets, or again, it was more confusion until I actually went to the doctor. I don't think there were any emotions with it. I mean, I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel anxious. Because again, I thought I had a flu or something, or something was going on, and I was just having temperature, high fevers and stuff. But and the strange thing is, it happened right at a point where within 2 weeks I was going to go back in for my well woman checkup. And so I went in, and, he goes, Dr. Eisenberg is so wonderful. He goes, are you having any issues or concerns? Yes, since you asked. And he goes, oh, well, that's a night sweat. That's common.
Oh.
Nope, it's not. He goes, that goes along with your hot flashes. It's like, well, I don't have hot flashes. He goes, you don't? I go, no, I don't.
Oh,
so there really wasn't any emotion with it. I guess confusion was the only emotion that I had, because I really thought there was something wrong. I had some internal disease or something that was making me have a temperature. And, once you take your temperature and you're okay, there's, maybe you're just crazy, but you can't be crazy, and then there's truly proof. So, I guess maybe that could be an emotion, but I didn't think it would be, because it didn't make me sad or anything like that. And, up until I would go to sleep at night or get ready for bed, I wouldn't even think about it. It's like, okay, it just happened.
Wow. So as you see, ladies, you don't have to have all the symptoms of menopause. Some ladies, they get all of them, and some you get this cocktail. You might get one or the other. You might get night sweats and no hot flashes, or you might get hot flashes and no night sweats, or you might not get hot flashes at all. Like myself, I get cold flashes, so I'll get a hot flash maybe every now and then, and it lasts for like a few seconds, and then it goes away. So this is something that everybody is very, very different. So don't think that it's, oh, well, I got this symptom, well, why she has this symptom, or why I don't have that symptom. Trust, everybody's different, and your body's going to do some different things, most likely. So I guess I would want to know, what would you want to tell someone that's starting to experience night sweats?
Go check with your OBGYN, because the thing is, there are things that you can do that will make it not as, it won't be as intrusive, effective within your life, but then it's still a hormonal, reaction to your body changing. So the first thing I would do truly would go and speak with my doctor. Because, again, are you having, just the hot flashes? Are you having night sweats? Are you having all of it? And based on what's going on with you at that point in time, they can make a recommendation. If you choose not to, actually seek medical attention. You can start with, I guess, drinking water, more water, cutting back on, and watching your diet. But I would highly, highly recommend, speaking with your, medical, with your physician to see if you can't kind of pinpoint where you are in the process and what, they can actually offer.
Okay, that's very good. Do you have any nighttime rituals or routines that can help you keep cool and calm?
No. No.
Like, do you take an ice bath or anything so you just already be prepared? Or
And that's the
it's
thing.
nothing really to stop it or whatever.
Exactly.
Just, yeah.
I take my nightly shower, and again, calm. That cold water to bring the body temperature down. And after that, we're talking all year long. Sometimes it's freezing almost when you get out of that shower with that cold water, and then you can still have, a night sweat. So there is no, there's not. I can go on back and forth with that. You can take the shower, you can, talk to the Lord, the whole thing, but the night sweat may show up, and it just shows up. I mean, there's no, okay, you're feeling kind of warm now. We're going to get you later tonight. No. I mean, it's just very, very random.
Don't they have like any progesterone creams and stuff like that? Don't they supposed to help with the night sweats? So they say anyway.
And see, they have the creams, and that's when I was doing the pellets and the things. They do have things that will help. Nothing alleviates it. It will help. If you are one of those people that you have night sweats, 6 nights a week with the hormone therapy, or, one of the types of hormone therapy, you may just have it 3 times a week. But I personally never had anything to just completely wipe out all of the symptoms of my menopausal or the night sweat journey. But it's okay. It's okay.
Nothing that will stop it. It's just something that's going to just help alleviate. But it's nothing to like stop it. So we could take all these different things, but it's not going to stop it. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. But, you have to look at it. As bad as sometimes my night sweats are, I'm thankful that I don't have, hot flashes. Yeah. I haven't. The first time I ever saw someone have a hot flash, I was at work. And this lady, and I'm not going to call her name, she's as sweet as she could be. And I went, and I was getting ready to talk to her. And so, her door was closed. I kind of just tapped, and I said, Z. She goes, oh, come in. I'm like, are you okay? And I opened her door, and she's sitting at her desk, and she has a little fan here, the little bitty fans here. And then I said, are you okay? And she goes, close the door. And I said, are you okay? She goes, I'm having a hot flash. And I'm like, you're having a hot flash? And I was at a point where could have a hot flash, but I'd never had one. And she goes, yes. And she goes, this fan's not working. And I'm like, the fan is there. So she reaches under the desk. She has a fan under the desk also blowing on her. And she has a fan here. Her face is beet red. And her hair is just clinging to her head. And it's like, do you want me to call somebody? She goes, no, I'll be okay in a couple minutes. And I'm sitting here all like, thank you, Lord. I'll deal with the night sweats.
Yeah, baby. All that for some, oh my God, for a couple of minutes? All that for a couple of minutes.
She said it was a couple of minutes, and I'm like, do you want me to stay with you? She goes, it's fine. I mean, and I was like, okay. So, it's an individual journey. and it gets weird for some people, and then it gets even weirder for others. But yeah, but it's
So, how have navigating night sweats changed your perspective on menopause?
I sat there and and I kept thinking, what was or is my perspective on menopause? You hear the fact that people are going to have, I never really heard never heard anybody speaking of night sweats, just, confusion, moodiness, hot flashes, and things like that. And sometimes there was weight gain. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just fluffy from cake. So I can't, attribute that to it. The moodiness, I don't think I'm moody, and we're not going to talk to the people at my house. I don't have hot flashes, so the perspective of menopause is looking pretty good to me right here now. The only thing is that I have the night sweats, so my perspective on it, as bad as those night sweats are compared to others, I'm okay, and I feel in a weird way kind of blessed that I only have this. So I don't know what the true perspective could be for menopause, but I think I'm okay with where I am in that journey without all the other. So was that as clear as mud for you?
That was clear as mud, yes.
I did my job, yay! Just like
Oh my
menopause.
gosh, just like menopause.
like
It's
menopause.
very just
Clear as
everywhere.
mud, yes.
Just everywhere, yes. Yeah, I so hope this helps somebody. And as you see that everybody, again, as I say, everybody's journey is going to be different. I'm here to be able to help you all to just see about all the menopause moods, from the night sweats, the hot flashes, the brain fog, and we got more. I mean, we got so much more that we can cover, especially when we go into the men and the perimenopause and the postmenopause. As she said, she's post menopause, so she's kind of like far on down there. But just know that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. I mean, I know it might seem like that you like a little off or whatever, and you are because your hormones are off, but it's okay. We're going to all get through this together, and that's why God put me in this position so I can be able to help you all get through it. We can just bounce ideas off of each other. We can be able to just share different things with each other. We're going to be able to just get us all through. So it's a group journey. It is very much so a group journey. I want to thank my guest Z for being here and just sharing her life story here with us.
You're so welcome.
Because it is part of the life that we are living to go through this menopause. It's a crazy thing. It is a crazy thing. So I want to thank her for taking that time out to do this for us. I want to thank you all for joining me and just blessing me with you all presence so we can just get through this. And I want to let you all know that next week, May 25th, we are going to have another guest. Her name is Odetta Jeffries, and we're going to be talking about brain fog, which a lot of us, including myself, deal with. It is more than a notion, y'all. So I want to thank you all. Again, we're going to tune in next week. Follow me on and also subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok under Funky Disposition. And I just look forward to seeing you all again. I look forward to sharing this information with you all again. And y'all stay blessed and be easy. Thank you.
You tune it in to Funky Disposition. when menopause meets the mood swings. Real talk and good vibes. Hold